Bro, I love your
like when it's an equal.
I love your thinking. Like I was already, you're one step ahead of me.
Like
Wow! You really asked that, bro? That's fucking insane that you're asking this shit. This shows that you've been like actually playing other games on a higher level.
My CS2 coach is giving me 90 days to go from 10,000 SR in Premiere to 20,000 SR in Premiere. Most of my subscribers know me because I was on top of the leaderboards in almost every PvP game I played, but there's always been one game that's been the bane of my existence, and that's been Counter-Strike. So I hired a professional CS2 coach named PIENIX, and he's giving me 90 days to improve my gameplay to 20,000 SR Premiere. In this video series, I will show you guys the coaching sessions I had with PIENIX, and after that I will show you guys the gameplay to see if I can actually implement what he's teaching me. This way you guys can also improve alongside me to also reach high rank. Make sure to subscribe if you want to follow this 90-day challenge, and make sure to let me know in the comments if I'm doing any mistakes. Let's head into the video.
By the way, what rank are you on like Premiere?
I was like 15,000, but that was like a little bit inflated. It's like around 13,000 now.
Okay, cool. Now, since there is like a lot of positions on Mirage, there is like, because do you know the meta on CT?
You mean like 2A, 1 mid, 1 short, and 1B? Like that?
Oh, that's not the meta. But yeah, I mean stuff like that, but that's not the meta.
Oh no, then I don't know.
It's slightly different. So the meta should be like this: one A player responsible for the whole A side himself, one connector player who's helping mid and helping A, one window player who's an opper and he rotates wherever he wants to, and he can sometimes start A, start B, whatever, wherever he wants to, but generally is window. Then a short player who's playing short, helping mid and helping B, and the B player who's responsible for the whole B side himself. So it's not like 2A is needed. It's like this connector player, if for example he sees nothing mid, he can go back to A and then the 2A becomes reality. But before that, there's no necessity to be like 2A.
Okay.
So you might want to like pick the positions that you're gonna play most of the time. And
so I would pick the positions that have like the most impact.
Exactly.
I've been like a B anchor, and you see like 2 enemies and you're 10 rounds down, and you just have to save every round.
Yeah, you have the correct thinking. That's what I wanted to propose.
Okay, so if you could give me probably, I'm assuming that the most impactful roles will be like connector, mid, and short.
Yeah, because they're rotational positions and you don't have to stay on your side, right? Yeah, they will be, and I can show you how to play them. So I'll break it down to you really quickly. So on each of these positions, you need to basically have protocols and different reactions to different things that are happening on the map. Your decision making on any position in CS, or for that matter, any round, any situation, any side, or any site, so for example on T side as well, that works, is based off all the information you gather by looking at the radar, by listening to what's going on, and by looking at your screen, right? So the early round will be usually always the same because you have no information in the early round. Does that make sense?
Yeah, most definitely.
So in the early round, you don't have any info because nothing's going on, and you're gonna basically do the same thing over and over. And your job on an early round is to, for example, if you're playing con, gather info, but mainly if you're playing, well, any of these positions actually, stop the T's from getting to mid, so from taking mid control, yeah? So the default meta is like fighting mid. So if your window player doesn't get smoked, right, usually you guys are gonna be fighting mid.
Okay.
And I have to show you the protocols and different things you can do. So let's start with the con player. The con player responsibility is flashing mid like this every single round. The reason
it's that exact flash?
Yeah, that exact flash.
Okay.
So you're running like that and you're throwing it over this tower as far as possible. And the flash has to catch someone running out top mid and trying to pick your teammate window. The reason you do that is because if 4 people run out mid, right, you don't want your window player to get caught by and overwhelmed, right? That's why you're flashing them and slowing them down. Now, the A player usually will throw the molly for himself, right? But sometimes it will be a situation where your A player doesn't have a Molotov, and he asks you if you can molly, ramp, and then he will flash mid, right? So this is the Molotov. You aim above here to around the height of this tower, you run forward, and the molly lands ramp. Yeah?
Okay.
You can aim slightly lower, it's just above this window.
I have one question. When moving across like T-ramp like that to connect, sometimes I get caught by an op or like a deagle one tap. Is that something that's just like unlucky, or certain movement needs to be required to dodge that?
There has to be movement. So the way you're gonna do that is you're gonna flash like that. The way I'm strafing out is here W, like D, W, and now I press W, I jump to the flash, and now I position myself sideways to ramp, and I jump across here with A and D, with my knife out, right? So you need to copy the exact moves I'm doing, right? You can't just randomly run around. Like everything I'm doing is for a reason.
Okay.
And now here in con, what you're gonna do is you're gonna either swing out completely. This is usually when you expect them to have pistols, right? You're gonna throw a smoke immediately like that. This is a very powerful smoke when you're playing con, because it gives you a leeway to peek mid through the smoke and have like angles towards mid, angles towards under, and generally to play around it, you know. Or you're just gonna peek lower con without any util, right? So these are your alternatives. And
based on what situation do you decide to smoke, or is it just random?
Bro, I love
I
love your thinking. Like I was already, you're one step ahead of me. I'm literally about to say this, and you're asking
My
this.
bad.
So no, this is not your bad. It means that you're thinking correctly about the game. Well, yeah. So this smoke is a very powerful smoke, but you have only one, right? So you wanna use it when you have confirmation that they're out mid. Well, how do you get that confirmation? Your window player is gonna be faster mid, and he's gonna know. So if he sees someone, so for example he shoots and he hides, you can use the smoke, and you guys can fight. Or, for example, if your windows player gets insta window smoked. Do you know there's smokes from T-spawn to window from almost every spawn, right? So they can just smoke him off, and then he can say, oh, I'm smoked off, right? And then you can preemptively, even if you don't know if they went out mid, you can just preemptively smoke con for yourself, right?
Because you can basically assume that they're trying to get some mid control.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless it's like a low elo, just I smoke this every round strategy, but like...
No, it's not a low elo strategy to smoke this every round. Okay. Because, for example, after you've taken mid once with the smoke window, after you do that second time, obviously they will think that, I mean, the cities will think that you're coming again, right? Okay. So it's not a low elo strat. It's a normal conditioning thing where you're doing something to get them used to certain play, and then you're doing different play. Well, anyways, you'll use that smoke, and you need to note how to play around the smoke. As a con player, this is probably the most important part of playing con. So you can there's different alternatives. You can either walk around it and peek like under if you don't see anybody top mid. You can play above it, so you can hold like above it, you know, depending how the smoke spreads, you're gonna be either lower or higher on the stairs. You can hold different angles above it, so you can hold like this. You can hold this super passive angle that allows them to peek your teammates on A, so they gotta be aware as well. Or you can play just on the stairs above the smoke, yeah? Yeah. Now, there's also available to you just flashing through the smoke and peeking mid on timing, yeah, if you want to. And that's pretty much all the plays around the smoke, right?
So would you, like what nades would you recommend? Double flash or getting the molly? Depending on if your A player has the molly, of course.
And pretty much in every position, you should buy molly, flash, nade, and smoke. Okay. But sometimes, for example, your con player wants to peek, your window player wants to peek from con, right? And then you maybe need two flashes because you're like flashing for him, mid, and then you need still like another flash to maybe flash mid for yourself or for him again, you know? Okay. So I mean, in con is actually very depending on what the team is gonna be doing.
Okay, got it.
So yeah, that's how you play mid. And well, what if you don't see anyone mid? You have two options. You can either expect them to come late, which is probably not gonna happen in your elo. So if you expect them to come late, or if you expect them to not be here, you can just peek and wide swing mid, and then fall back, right? Or you can come here, walk here, and be like this, and your window player will hold mid for you, right? And then you're holding his under, and when he gets a shot on mid, you peek out and you clean up, right? And also you have an off angle towards under. So that's how you play when you see nobody mid. Or you completely rotate towards A, right? You can then molly palace or smoke it, depending on what you want to use. I would recommend mollying it. and then you can peek towards ramp, right? Here.
And what are the best angles to hold when they're trying to do like an A execute or like
Wow,
an A rush?
wow, you really asked that. I was about to literally say what's the reaction to A execute.
Okay.
Bro, that's fucking insane that you're asking this shit. This shows that you've been like actually playing other games on a higher level.
Yeah, I'm hoping I'll improve as fast in this game as like other games, but my aiming is so bad, so we'll have to find out.
Yeah, maybe the aiming is the problem then. Because you seem pretty smart about the things you're supposed to be doing. Well,
yeah, you should see me in game though.
Well, anyways, yeah, because this game is not about being smart. This game is about being fast, precise, and have good reactions and shoot people in the head. You don't.
So an issue that I also do a lot is I shoot before aiming, if that makes sense. Like I see an enemy and I just like instantly flick towards him and start shooting. You know, I'm not like, oh, okay, I'm gonna aim on his head and then start shooting.
Yeah.
It's like a really bad habit I have.
It's a
but we can get into that later if you have like an aim map that I can practice on.
Very common issue. But anyways, the way you're gonna counter the smokes, right? Is multiple ways. One very simple way, if you still have your smoke, is you throw your smoke underhand and you left and right click a flash in front of it, and you're just turning around and peeking around your own smoke, right? And that way you're creating additional angles and you're creating chaos for them and they don't know what to do, right? Yeah. Another good play is to find... Oh, what did I do? To find the timing when they are planting, right? And bounce the flash like that, and just push through stairs towards sandwich. Because the flash pops like that. So they don't see it because it goes through the smoke, right? Also, like if they're holding like this. So it's like another play. This is especially like shittier guns if you have.
And if you don't have a smoke or something.
What do you mean you don't have a smoke?
So imagine your AWPer shoots a bullet mid, so you use your smoke mid. And then they do like an execute.
That's a play without the smoke. That flash. You can of course use a nade as well to break it, and then fight them. And here's like a cheeky molly that you can use for both default and ninja.
Yeah, that's really good.
Just I fucked it up actually. It's supposed to land like that, so it mollies both.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, on top.
Yeah, that's a really good molly.
Yeah. And yeah, if you want to smoke palace from here, you aim at the second wood. That's for a retake mostly, when you still have your smoke and you haven't used it and you're retaking.
So you would not recommend... So for example, if I see the smokes come in, usually my reaction, and I think like most low elo players, the first reaction is, okay, I'm gonna throw my smoke in palace or I'm gonna throw my smoke in ramp. Is it like wrong to think like that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's wrong, because before your smoke lands, they will be coming out already.
Okay.
And you're not able to hold the smoke that you throw.
Yeah, true.
Because of the enemy smokes.
Okay.
Well, and that's the whole breakdown of con.
Okay.
All the reactions to different things and what you should be doing early round and mid round. Yeah, why not? You're blind. Nice. Oh no, and again you're like super wide, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not... Oh no, you did the mistake of crouching behind the smoke. Let's check what would happen. Let's say you go here. You go here, and then you have like a fight with this guy who's not looking at you. See? Is he even looking? Still not looking. Is he even looking? No, he's with his knife out, man. With his knife. He just took his knife.